Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. How you guys doing? Let me just move on up here. Well. Come on in, good people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Hi, guys. Where you guys been? Ha, ha, ha. All right, so it must be a lot of people on tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and start, and wherever these people are, oh well. Hey, Impress. Hey, guys. All right, let's get this started because I got to play my interview today. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Levita. Did you finish your paper, young lady? Did you finish your paper? Hey, boss baby. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Miss Brown. Hey, Bree. Hey, Black Beauty. Shannon. Little Rico. Cheryl. Everybody. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, K baby. All right, guys. I'm going to discuss the response from the government. The judge just sent out a scheduling. She's going to schedule for the defendants to reply to the opposition of the government, and that's on the 16th. That's on Monday. She's giving them time to rebuttal that, and also she's going to come back with her answer after this. So they put in a motion to dismiss on 159. They're going to talk about that, and the opposition of 168, which the government did. That's the one we're going to read today, okay? So let's get with it. There was no court today. I'm taking a mental break. Hey, Lola, Dom, you ready? Let me put the link in here for you. Did you check your email, Dom? I sent it to your email. Hey, meditation. All right, guys. Debbie, hey. And guys, I'm gonna play my interview today with NPR. I had an interview today with the National Radio Syndicate. What's up, Michael? What's up, Mike? Dom, I just put the link in. Boss baby, what up, Dom? So it seems like everybody's on live tonight, so we'll move on. As you guys, I told you guys, this channel, we will only listen to me, only positive in discussions about Robert Sylvester Kelly's case. And I'm going to play the interview, and I wanted to share with you guys what the interviewer stated, that he's under the impression that Robert Sylvester Kelly does not have supporters, and that a lot of people have turned away from him. That's what he said. And we're going to prove them wrong. That's why I try to tell you guys to hit the like button and share, because they're looking at the response and the interaction and the participation and the attendance of our platform. And they're making a determination that there's not enough views, enough people wanting to hear the other side of Robert Sylvester Kelly. So therefore, what they're going to do, they're going to stick with the masses. So if you guys are not participating, if you're not hitting that like button like I asked you guys to do, click the like button. That is why the mainstream media don't give a crap about what we see and what we have investigated and things like that, because there's no traction in what we're doing. Okay. And that's the only reason why I ask you guys to hit the like and all that, so it can go further and further and prove them wrong, that there are supporters out there supporting for Robert Sylvester Kelly. It's sad that we're not doing that. We sit around here and bash each other because somebody asks for the likes. And it's not like because I want to be liked. It's like because so this stuff could be spreaded, you know? When I go to Malicious Conspiracies page, I like that stuff because I want it to spread. I go in there just to like it, to spread. Watch the 5 minutes of it or 10 minutes or whatever amount he or she gives, and I let it spread. That is the purpose of hitting those like button. But you guys don't believe me. I'm going to play my interview for you guys, and you guys can understand why I keep pushing and asking you guys to like, spread the word, push it. Because mainstream media, they're not giving a crap about what we believe in, because we're not showing any interest. We're just looking and just playing around and just because we're not serious about this. We're really not. So that's the reason why I ask you guys. Hey, Gucci, that's why I ask you guys to spread it. That's why I ask you guys to hit the like. That's why I try not to entertain the nonsense that's going on YouTube. That's the reason why. Because this man is fighting for his life. He's been in prison so long, in jail. He's been there so long. But we want to sit around and lollygag and thinking it's fun and game. It's not about that. Okay? I'm not here to try to beat up on anybody. I'm just telling you guys, if we're serious about this fight and supporting him, we got to do some work now. Hitting that like and pushing these messages out. That's what we need to be done. Because this man from a syndicate national news station told me this. He said there's no, he noticed that the push for support for Robert Kelly is not there. You get it? But you guys didn't believe me. You thought I just wanted the likes. Nah, it's not that serious for me. I'm talking about the likes, but it's serious for Robert's case, Robert's support. You know, that's why they can do what they want, because the government is not threatened by the masses of the people. They're moved by the masses of the people. The people control what happens in government, whether or not they should push this fake narrative so much. That's what it's all about. Not all this extra lollygagging stuff. Because if you guys want to just do the lollygagging, I could sit at home and do lollygagging with my family instead of spending so much time and energy on this fight. I could just sit here and just enjoy my life here instead of all this extra stuff. And can I get you guys to go ahead on out there and hit the like button, come on back in here afterwards? Go out and hit the like button, come back, and I'll wait on you. Go out, hit the like button, come back. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do so. Less than that, 2 minutes. Hit the like button. All right. Did you guys hit the like button? If you hit it, give me a thumbs up. If you hit the like button. If you hit the like button, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, K baby. That's what we need to start doing. And it's only 59 people in this chat right now. We need some more folks up in here. We got to be serious about this fight and stop. Okay, let me shut up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Go out, hit the like button, come back, please. Go out, hit the like button, come back. Dom, have you hit the like button yet?
Of course.
Thank you, sir. You got the document that I sent you?
Yep.
All right, good job.
Sure did.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody who has hit the like button. This is what we're going to have to start doing. Whenever you go into anybody's chat that's giving the commentary about Robert Sylvester Kelly, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. If they're doing something and pushing it out for Robert, hit the like button. Every single body that's pushing Robert Sylvester Kelly's support, go hit the like button. Even if you don't like the person, go and hit the like button, because that is what's going to get this algorithm, whatever that thing, algorithm. Well, you know how to say it, Dom.
Algorithm.
Algorithm. Thank you. I know how to spell it. I just don't know how to say it.
Okay. Yeah, algorithm.
Algorithm.
Right, rhythm, the word rhythm, but you just add
I know how to say the rhythm, but algo is a problem. Algorithm.
Algorithm, yep. And so that means that it basically it'll hit it'll reach to random people. Like if you were to just type in on YouTube R. Kelly, or I don't know what your title is right now, but if you put R in the title and then you go to your filter,
you're breaking up, sir. You sound terrible. Thank you, TGC. You're breaking up, on. Hey, Terry.
I know I'm driving right now. I'm almost to my destination.
Okay, so you're not ready to read then, right?
Yeah, I'm ready in about 5 minutes. I'm almost there. So
let me just send
So that was submitted when? Just now?
That was submitted at 7 something. And the judge has already set for them to respond by the 16th, which is Monday. Robert's team to respond by the 16th, and then
so it's moving right along.
Yeah, it's not.
And then opening statements are on what? Wednesday? Statements?
Yeah. Wednesday, yeah.
Wow. I don't know if you guys saw too. I did just saw a little bit ago on Tracy's page. She put on her community all of the people who are the alleged Jane Does and whatever, all in order. And so I thought that was interesting because I've never heard some of these names before in my life.
They were all in what?
They're all on her community tab. She put them like in chronological order from 1 to 20.
That's not. I mean, we're not supposed to know some of these, and some of them are probably not even there.
Right. Yeah. Some of them are missing, but it was her guess. Her guess as these. It's not for sure. It's just her guess. And so I'm saying I've never seen some of these names before in my life. So
please go and like her page as well. Hers and anybody else, just please go like it. Go watch a video of hers and start liking it, please. Just start liking it because she has good information that's really prevalent. Go like Texas Black Diamond. Go like DJ's pages, especially when he's showing some stuff in those interviews. Guys, I need you guys to start working. Seriously, I need you guys to start working. It's not about you liking a person and their channel or anything. I just need you guys to put aside your personal feeling and start working for this man. You guys are sitting behind these channels and sitting there for hours and hours of watching videos without making your your work wisely. You know, I need you guys. You don't have to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 hours on watching one video. You can spend about 10 minutes on one person because it's going to give them a credit. You go to the next person, spend about 10 minutes. Go to the next person, spend about 10 minutes, and so on. Now, if nobody's on for that night, that's totally different. But if you guys going to have to start doing that kind of work. You get what I'm saying? Work. Okay? I know I'm being a pain in the butt, but this is the last few hours of right before his trial began. There are going to be so many people searching and trying to find out stuff about this case. I need you guys to let them know what we have found. Okay? This is what I need you guys to start doing. It should have did it 3 years ago, but we're behind the 8 ball right now. So we need to get going. Stop wasting 10, 12, 14 hours on one video. Do some work, guys. Let's do this. Some of you guys have downtime. Y'all could just send those videos out. Push it. I know a lot of you guys get scrutinized because you're standing and supporting Robert. But let me tell you something. He is innocent until proven guilty. He's innocent. No matter what anybody says or what they think, what they assume. Get out there. Hit those like buttons. Support those channels that's spreading the word and giving facts about what's happening to Robert. You got it, guys? That's your assignment. And I'm not the boss of y'all. I'm just asking you for a friend. Deborah, I will call you tonight after I finish. I got your number. I will give you a call tonight, okay? All right, so guys, you ready? As soon as Dom come back, guys, go out, hit the like button, come back, and we'll be ready. Go out, hit the like button, come back, okay? And I'm gonna play the interview today that I had this morning. Did you guys hit the like button? It's not too late. The 11th hour is important now. Yep, it is. Come on, yeah, go out there, hit the like button, come back. There you go. He's coming back. You ready now?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Dom is ready to read, and I'm gonna. Did my sister? What is she doing? Is she still doing her live? Brandon's still doing her live.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been on for about an hour, so I'm not too sure. Is she? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, she's
Oh,
not.
let me see if she did my thing for me. Is Randa still live, y'all?
Yeah, I'll hit the like button on the way in.
Oh my God, y'all! I'm starting to feel funny.
Why?
You still live? You still live?
No, I don't think she is. Yeah. She's not.
Can you please do my what's the name? Please, pretty please. I sent it to you. It came email because Dom got his.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, she's on the phone. I'm tripping. Damn.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Yeah, she said she got it. My sinuses, y'all. Sorry, my throat itching and I'm making all this funny noise and blah blah. My throat itches so bad, y'all.
She's gonna watermark it.
Yeah, she's gonna watermark it.
Okay.
You guys, go out, hit the like button. You know why I want you guys to hit the like button? Not because you like me, but you want this thing to spread. You don't have to like me, but you're gonna have to do this thing for me. And make sure you do that for other platforms. Please go and hit the like button on Texas Black Diamond, Prima Donna, Sky Zone, Spitting Fire, all the ones that's putting out stuff about malicious conspiracy.
Tracy Point, Truth Media,
Tracy Viewpoint. Thank you. I start forgetting the names.
DJ
I said
Tyson.
Tracy's already. I said Tracy's.
Right. I know. DJ Tyson.
DJ Tyson. I'm not saying the other two, but I'll just leave it up.
Yeah, everybody else.
We mean, right?
Man.
I think she got it. Oh, hold on, she sent it to me. Oh, Black CEO. Thank you, Michael. Michael helping me out here. Thank you. K Baby. I don't know where K Baby's doing lately, but hers. What's the young lady name? Nobody's Anything. Just all of them. 71 Suburban Girl. Who else? Everybody. Except the one that
Crazy.
I could care less about that one. I'll be petty on that one. But y'all could do it if y'all want to, but I'm not going to tell y'all to do that one, okay? Don't laugh, K Baby. Don't laugh at me.
No comment.
I ain't going to tell y'all to go over there.
Bozo. No, I'm just playing.
The two bozos.
Do not subscribe to Bozo.
Okay, here we go. I think she said mine.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, yep, she sent it. All right. That's my girl. Oh, she did a pretty color today. She did a pretty color. Yes, Randa did the color.
Oh, yeah, one papoose.
Yeah, one papoose. I forgot about her. We already said Texas Black Diamond already. We said her. Somebody else we missing. I guarantee we missing somebody. Please forgive us if we missed you. Only two people we are intentionally forgetting. But the rest we know. Two of them I intentionally forget. But everybody else, go out and hit their likes and make sure y'all represent them.
Right.
The two bozo. Y'all make sure y'all like Nina Simone, because she's giving out some good stuff too. Just the two bozo. Sharice, I love, of course, her. Everybody except, I'm so terrible. So terrible. Everybody, make sure y'all go and like it. Okay? All right, here we go. You got it, Dom?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready, Dom?
Yep.
I think they went out to like and come back. I think that because some people went out to like to come back.
All right.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's get going. Guys, we got to be in our best behavior. Mods, anything that is negative, please delete and give them a warning. And if they continue, block. Okay? This is the way we're going to do things from now on, because we have company in this channel. And I need you guys to help me out. Those people who is not being on their best behavior, want to come in and start some strife, block them. And our conversation, let's try curtail the cursing, okay? Because if they want to use some pieces out of these channels, we want it to be represented correctly, okay? And I know for a fact we're being watched. Because they made a statement to me that there's not supporters out there. Okay? All right. Mods, even though y'all not getting paid, please take care of these people. Give them a warning. Give them 3 warnings. If they continue, block them. Okay? And they're not going to get unblocked, no matter how much they ask me, Sylvia, unblock me. Why they block me? Here's the rules. We're not going to bash anybody. No bashing in the chats anymore. Okay? No cussing people out. Randa said, well, she's out. She just cannot be good. She just cannot be good. Can you just be good for one day? I mean, give us 4 weeks, Randa. 4 weeks. Be good, please. 4 weeks, okay? 4 weeks. Be good. 4 weeks. Please. Please.
I don't know about 4 weeks, but 30 minutes, I think she could do that.
I'm gonna have to tie her up. You know how those bad little kids tie them up. Okay, let me stop playing around. I gotta be serious. Gotta talk to myself too. Hey, Barbara. All right, y'all ready?
Hey, chat.
We gotta start being serious in this channel now, okay, guys?
Hit the like button, y'all.
Hit the like buttons, y'all. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Didn't get a notification. I don't know why you're not getting a notification. You might have to come out and come back in for the notification, okay? All right. Oh, I forgot Casey too. Casey, we forgot about you. We're sorry. She said she's going home channel to bash somebody. Oh my God. 4 weeks. Yes, Randa, 4 weeks, because let me tell you why. Yes, you can do it. You can. You can do it. 4 weeks. You can do it. You can do it. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Y'all ready? Dom, I think they're ready.
Okay. So this is the response. Okay. So, dear Judge Donnelly, the government respectfully submits this letter response in opposition to the defendant's motion to dismiss filed on August 9, 2021 defense motion. See ECF docket number 159. The defendant moves purportedly pursuant to Federal Criminal P 12B2 to dismiss 1 racketeering acts 1 through 3, 7, 10, 12, and 14 of count 1. 2, counts 6 through 9, and 3, the entire indictment for lack of venue. For the reasons set forth below, the motion is both untimely and meritless. It should be denied in its entirety. 1. The motion is untimely. In a transparent effort to avoid a finding that his motion is untimely, the defendant asserts that his motion is made pursuant to Rule 12B2 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. Defense motion at 3. His assertion does not make it so. Rule 12B2 provides that a motion that the court lacks jurisdiction may be made at any time while the case is pending. Federal Criminal 12B2. Here, the defendant does not assert that the court lacks jurisdiction. Instead, he asserts that 1. Certain racketeering acts and substantive counts should be dismissed because they fail to state a claim under New York law. 2. Once the court dismisses those racketeering acts and counts, this results in a lack of venue in the Eastern District of New York. 3. Certain racketeering acts related to the creation of child pornography should be dismissed because there is no evidence that visual depictions exist. And 4, certain racketeering acts should be dismissed because they are purportedly beyond the applicable statute of limitations. Defense motion at 513. Notably, the federal rules make clear that motions alleging a defect in instituting the prosecution, including improper venue, and a defect in the indictment or information, including failure to state an offense, must be raised by pretrial motion if the basis for the motion is then reasonably available and the motion can be determined without a trial on the merits. Fed criminal. I don't know what that
You
stands
don't
for,
have to
but
read all that.
okay. The federal rules further provide that the court may set a deadline for the parties to make pretrial motions. If the court does not set one, the deadline is the start of the trial. If a party does not meet the deadline for making a Rule 12b-3 motion, the motion is untimely. But a court may consider the defense, objection, or request if the party shows good cause. Properly construed, there can be no doubt that the defendant's motion is, in fact, a Rule 12b-3 motion. Apart from his initial invocation of Rule 12b-2, without more, the motion is replete with references to the fact that the defendant is challenging the sufficiency of the indictment. See example. Okay, indeed, his argument with respect to racketeering acts 12 and 14 of count 1 and counts 6 through 9 is that these racketeering acts and counts fail to state an offense because the underlying state law violations on which they rely either one, do not include herpes, or two, the indictment does not allege conduct amounting to reckless endangerment under state law. Nor is his meritless statute of limitations argument jurisdictional. See Musashio versus United States 577 claimed that indictment charged offenses beyond the applicable statute of limitations was not jurisdictional. Finally, his claim that venue in the Eastern District of New York is improper falls squarely under federal ruling criminal 12b. Here, the court set a deadline for the parties to make pretrial motions. Following several adjournments of the trial date on February 9, 2021, the court set a July 19, 2021 deadline for such motions. With the government's consent, the defendant moved for a 1-week extension to the motion's deadline to July 23, 2021, which the court granted. As a result, the defendant's motion filed on the morning of jury selection is untimely. The defendant has provided no good cause for his untimeliness, nor could he. The defendant's suggestion prior to the start of jury selection that he needed recently produced discovery to make his motion is baseless. See transcript of criminal cause for jury selection on August 9, 2021 at 6. His motion to dismiss the racketeering acts and counts related to herpes exposure and the correlative venue challenge are based on misguided arguments as to the reach and applicability of the underlying state laws at issue, not any substantive evidence produced in discovery. Indeed, that is why the defendant previously filed a motion to dismiss the very same racketeering acts and counts related to herpes exposure over a year and 4 months ago on March 2,
Second.
2020. March 2nd, 2020, my fault. The same is true with respect to the defendant's argument regarding the statute of limitations. As a result, the motion should be denied. Part 2. The motion also fails on the merits. A. The charges related to herpes exposure should not be dismissed. Counts 6 through 9 and racketeering acts 12 and 14 of count 1 each relate to violations of the Mann Act. More specifically, these racketeering acts and counts collectively allege that on or about May 18th, 2017 and February 2nd, 2018, The defendant, one, transported Jane Doe number 6 in interstate commerce with intent that Jane Doe 6 engage in sexual activity for which a person can be charged with a criminal offense, specifically violations of New York Penal Law Section 120.20, reckless endangerment, and New York Public Health Law 2307, exposure of infectious venereal disease in violation of 18 USC 2421A, and two, persuaded, induced, enticed, or coerced Jane Doe 6 to travel in interstate commerce to engage in sexual activity for which a person can be charged with a criminal offense, specifically violations of Section 120.20, reckless endangerment, and Section 2307, exposure of infectious venereal disease in violation of 18 USC 2422A. The indictment further alleges that the defendant violated these New York state laws, specifically by engaging in unprotected sexual intercourse with Jane Doe 6 without first informing Jane Doe 6 that he had contracted herpes and obtaining her consent to sexual intercourse in these circumstances. I thought when you have herpes, you have bumps and stuff.
You
Wouldn't
don't
you see
have
that?
to. You don't have to. According to that, you don't have to report because it's not a venereal disease.
I'm just lost. Like, wouldn't you see that? Like on, you know what I mean? Like if a girl has, gonorrhea, I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna smell it, all that. I'm not about to just continue, So why would they not say, okay, well, I want a condom? And at the end of the day, it's still your responsibility
It's
to wear
your
a condom.
responsibility. Absolutely.
Period. To have a condom on. Okay. One. New York Public Health Law, Section 2307 applies to herpes. New York Public Law, Section 2307, provides that any person who, knowing himself or herself to be infected with an infectious venereal disease, has sexual intercourse with another shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. The defendant argues that it is undisputed that Section 2307 does not include herpes. Defense motion at 4, he is wrong. Herpes is clearly an infectious venereal disease, and as a result, Section 2307 encompasses herpes, as New York State courts have repeatedly found. See example Maharam versus Maharam, where husband failed to disclose to his wife that he had herpes before sexual intercourse. Fan versus Sabin,
They saying the
2015.
same thing they said before.
Right. Fan versus Sabin, 2015, in civil case where plaintiff alleged that defendant, who was plaintiff's ex-boyfriend, had unprotected sexual intercourse with plaintiff knowing he had herpes and without first informing her of same. Section 2307 imposes a duty to disclose. This comports with the plain meaning of the statute. See Nwazuzu versus Holder, 726 F3D, when interpreting a statutory provision, rather, we begin with the language of the statute. If the statutory terms are unambiguous, we construe that the statute according to the plain meaning of its words. The dictionary definition of venereal disease is, quote, a contagious disease such as gonorrhea or syphilis that is typically acquired in sexual intercourse, end quote. Where does that say herpes?
It doesn't say
It
herpes.
doesn't say herpes. It says gonorrhea or syphilis. I'm confused. You sound stupid. Um,
Ah, but they said herpes.
like that's come on now.
Oh, they're gonna lose this one.
Yeah. See
But you know,
Merriam-Webster.
it says a lot of people living with herpes. There were some people born with herpes.
Yeah, a lot of people have it. I mean, I think it's a big percentage to 70% of people. If you're having sex, you have some form of. If you have a breakout on your your lip, anything like that,
Like you have
that's
cold
herpes.
sores, blisters, and all that.
Yeah,
That is a
that's
form of
that's a
herpes.
form of herpes, exactly. So,
Mhm.
anyways, it says that typically is required. See Merriam-Webster dictionary, venereal disease or more has the definition of or more succinctly a sexual transmitted disease. and it gives the definition or the website. While gonorrhea and syphilis are listed as examples in Merriam-Webster definition, they are not exclusive examples of contagious
But then
diseases.
why they don't have herpes then? They don't say herpes on it. She trying to make
Right.
excuses.
Right. They are not exclusive examples of contagious diseases typically acquired in sexual intercourse. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, genital herpes is a sexual transmitted disease, an STD, caused by the herpes simplex virus type 1, HSV1, or type 2, HSV2. See their website. It thus squarely falls within the definition of a venereal disease and therefore within the ambit of Section 2307. That the Public Health and Health Planning Council of the New York State Department of Health issued a response to a public comment on an unrelated regulation regarding the expansion of minor consent for HIV treatment access and prevention does not alter this conclusion. See defense motion at 5 through 7. The issue of whether Section 2307 covers herpes was not before the council, and in any event, the council's response to a public comment is not binding on this court. The term venereal disease is not ambiguous and it's plain, meaning clearly encompasses genital herpes. New York State courts agree, as should this court. Finally, Plaza versus Estate of Weiser, 626 New York, First Department, 1995, is in a posit. Defense motion at 7. There, the court found that Section 2307 excludes HIV infection, not because HIV is not an acute bacterial venereal disease, CID,
What does that got
but
to do with HIV? What is
right,
wrong with
it's
them?
right, CID, but because New York State's, excuse me, because New York's public health law has entirely separate statutory schemes for HIV related testing and for the examination of persons suspected of being infected with other venereal diseases. Plaza 626 at 452. The court found it significant that while there are mandatory testing requirements relating to those suspected of being infected with venereal disease, the New York State legislature had specifically excluded persons suspected of being infected with the HIV virus from being compelled to undergo such testing, citing New
Okay, I
York
was
public
hold
health.
on a second. I was reading something here. It says here that the virus spreads through sexual contact and skin to skin contact. That's how
Okay,
herpes is sex and skin to skin, not just sex.
was good. Through and three.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what Ivan, good point. When they said that it was New York state law, I'm shocked that it's not saying federal law. Why is it not, so I don't know. Then it goes on to say, where was I at? The
Because the
court found
nurse,
it.
the nurse K baby's telling you, she says herpes. Okay, herpes is a SYD caused by a virus.
Got you. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So it says, Senator Gross said Cheching, citing New York 1994,
But that's
or excuse me,
HIV. What is? I mean, something's wrong with them.
they're trying to say that it's
It's not the
either
same
way.
thing. HIV is totally different.
Right, but what they're stating though, Sylvia, is that it's a venereal disease. Either way you slice it, that's what they're saying. You see, it's bacterial, venereal. That's what they're saying. Even though the defense is saying they're getting very technical and saying that is not true.
Yeah,
It
but if
even
you had
says
skin to skin, this doesn't mean that you had they could have got it. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
right, right. It's all good. So let's see.
But remember, that girl friend said she had herpes. That Faith had herpes.
Either way, I don't know if R. Kelly has herpes or not. They haven't released that, but hypothetically speaking, let's say for example,
FR had it and R. Kelly both had it. They were both sexually active prior to meeting each other, having sex with each other. So there's no way to prove who gave it to who. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So that's
did you take a test before and say, oh, you didn't have, did you show him the test that you didn't have herpes when you had sex with him?
right. And that's what I'm saying. So if now on her end, now she came and said, look, this was my test. It showed on this day, I sent you a screenshot in text. You know what I mean? This was it. This is my test, and it doesn't have it. And then she
And I've never
contracted it.
had sex with nobody else.
Nobody else, exactly. You were my sole partner. Then that would hold weight, because then you could say, okay, this is proof that he gave it to me. But if you just going in saying, oh, he gave it to me, that's not, and you were sexually active before, you had a boyfriend before, so that's not proving anything. And you have to get technical when you're making these type of claims.
And
You understand what I'm
listen,
saying? So
she was having sex with those football players too.
right, absolutely. You know what I
And
mean?
they
So
sleep with a lot of women too. So you
right,
don't know where you got it from.
right. So at the end of the day, that's going to be very difficult to prove that. Just my opinion, outside looking in, because there's no way to prove. It's like if two people have HIV, how can you see who gave it to who? You know what I mean? It's impossible. So okay. So then it goes on to say,
So how do they know he had it since 2003?
well, I don't know that. I was just
No,
saying
no, that's what they're
hypothetically.
saying in the paperwork. They're saying, so how do they know? How did the
Well,
girl supposedly saying that he had it since 2003? How do they know?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess they might have seen his records. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know why he would show them his
He
his his
wouldn't.
health
He
records. You know what
wouldn't.
I mean? But I do remember, just sidebar, I do remember when the bus driver was on Larry's show. I can recall him saying that he remembers taking, the driving the bus to
But it
pharmacies and
doesn't,
getting.
the medication, even if he saw the medication, it doesn't tell you what it's for.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying they could be going off of that, but even though he never stated which medication it was. So
Even because medication is used for certain different things, even though
right,
they might use it for one thing, but it might originally be for something else.
right,
Just like they have seizure medicine for seizure, but then some people use it for weight loss.
right,
So you don't
right.
know what it's for.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. So I think they're just going off hearsay, in my opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
so here we go. I'm going to continue, guys. So it says, it appears, therefore, that the Plaza Court relied on the fact that following the enactment of Section 2307, the New York State Legislature had later enacted an entirely separate statutory scheme specifically related to HIV to exclude HIV from Section 2307's ambit. No such entirely separate public health statutory scheme exists for genital herpes. As a result, the defendant's reliance on Plaza is of no avail. And then it gives a side note, and it says, while irrelevant to the legal analysis, genital herpes is not a relatively new phenomenon, as the defendant appears to suggest. See defense motion at 7 through 8, arguing that the concept of genital herpes was created in 1967, 21 years after the last modification to Section 2307. Notably, the virus responsible for genital herpes likely jumped from proto-chimps to now extinct hominid, either Homo habilis or Homo erectus, about 1.6 million years ago. See, and then it gives website. Part 2. The conduct alleged in the indictment violates Section 120.20. Section 120.20 provides that a person is guilty of reckless endangerment in the second degree when he recklessly engages in conduct which creates a substantial risk of serious physical injury to another person. Under New York law, a person acts recklessly with respect to a result or circumstance when he or she is aware of and consciously disregards a substantial and unjustifiable risk that the particular result will occur or that the circumstance exists. People versus Galatro, 84, New York 2D, citing 1994, citing New York Penal Law 1505 as the New York Court of Appeals has made clear, the reckless endangerment statutes seek to prevent the risk created by the actor's conduct, not a particular outcome, and the risk of injury alone will sustain prosecution. Galatro 639, New York, internal quotation marks omitted. Serious physical injury means physical injury which creates a substantial risk of death or which causes death or serious and protracted disfigurement, protracted impairment of health, or protracted loss or impairment of the function of any bodily organ. New York Penal Code 10.0010. Each of the challenged charges alleges that the defendant violated both New York Penal Law Section 120.20 and the New York Public Health Law Section 2307 in that he engaged in unprotected sexual intercourse with Jane Doe 6 without first informing Jane Doe 6 that he had contracted herpes and obtaining her consent to sexual intercourse in these circumstances. Such conduct clearly meets the elements of reckless endangerment in the second degree. Indeed, the New York Court of Appeals affirmed this very conclusion in similar circumstances. Hold on. Yep. In People versus Williams, the defendant engaged in unprotected sex with the victim knowing he was
HIV. There you go with the HIV crap.
And without informing the victim of his HIV positive status. 24 New York 3D, 1130 New York 2015. The district attorney sought and a New York grand jury returned an indictment charging the defendant in Williams with inter alia reckless endangerment in the first degree in violation of the New York Penal Law Section 120.25, which criminalizes recklessly engaging in conduct which creates a grave risk of death to another person death to another person under circumstances inventing a depraved indifference to human life. The trial court held that the conduct at issue did not constitute first-degree reckless endangerment and reduced the count of first-degree reckless endangerment to second-degree reckless endangerment in violation of New York Penal Law Section 120.20. The appellate court and the New York Court of Appeals affirmed the trial court's decision. In so holding, the New York Court of Appeals found that the conduct did not meet the legal standard for depraved indifference because there was no evidence for the defendant exposed the victim to the risk of HIV infection out of any malevolent desire for the victim to contract the virus or that he was utterly indifferent to the victim's fate. Sidebar 3, the risk must be of such nature and degree that disregard thereof constitutes a gross deviation from the standard of conduct that a reasonable person would observe in the situation. A person who creates such a risk but is unaware thereof solely by reason of voluntary intoxication also acts recklessly with respect thereto. Then it continues to say, New York Court of Appeals, however, affirmed the decision of the lower court to reduce the charge to reckless endangerment in the second degree in these circumstances. The conduct alleged in the indictment as a violation of Section 120.20 thus clearly constitutes reckless endangerment in the second degree and falls squarely within the contrary are meritless and falls squarely within the New York Court of Appeals holding in Williams. The defendant arguments to the contrary are meritless, and the court should deny the defendant's motion. Part B. Court 1 is not barred by the statute of limitations. The defendant's motion.
Count. You said court.
Oh, my bad. Count 1 is not barred by the statute of limitations. The defendant's motion to dismiss based on the statute of limitations is frivolous and demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of RICO. See defense motion at 11. The statute of limitations for a substantive RICO offense. The offense charged in count 1 is 5 years from the date of the indictment. See 18 U.S.C. No person shall be prosecuted, tried, or punished for any offense not capital unless the indictment is found within 5 years next, such as offense shall have been committed. That certain racketeering acts are predicated on violations of state law does not mean that state law of statute of limitations apply, as the defendant bizarrely asserts. Defense motion at 11, nor is the applicable federal 5-year statute of limitations measured from the date of the first racketeering act. This is so because the defendant is not charged with committing a particular predicate act, but rather with committing racketeering through a pattern of racketeering acts.
That is so.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So they're trying.
The pattern, really?
Yep. So they're charging him under the, and I saw an attorney the other day say, so they're charging him under not for racketeering acts.
It's what I'm gonna play it again. That interview. Remember the pattern.
The pattern, right? So they're charging him based on patterns of the allegations. They're saying that the patterns constitute, the RICO.
But there was no pattern prior to that. There was no bribery because they threw out the other bribery. So what's the other bribery at? There's no pattern about bribery.
Right, but crossings, it's coercing, enticing.
No, but remember, it's the pattern. The pattern could be he has the history of doing this, the bribery all the time. So
well it's not just bribery. It's not just bribery though. They're saying
it says here the bribery.
Right, but they're saying that for the bribery, they're saying that he bribed, the alleged or the accuser or the alleged victim, rather, not accuser, alleged victim in the 2008 case. So that's what they're using. That's the bribery. Yeah, and then they're also saying the elite thing.
There's more than 5 years difference between that.
So, right, but Sylvia, what they're saying is though, and for people, let me help you guys understand. What they're saying is that so if okay, they're saying that it has to be 5 years from the date you're charged with racketeering. So he was charged with racketeering in June 2019. So had he would have went to trial on June 2024.
But they would have to way after the 5 years supposedly this happened.
Right, but they're saying so. No, I completely understand that. But what they're saying though is that it's the 5 years from the day that they're charged with.
Exactly. Okay. You said it right there. From the date it was charged. It was charged when? June 2019, right?
Right, and we're in 2021, so it's 2 years.
2019, but they charged for stuff that happened back in 2000.
Right, but
in 1999.
Right, that's what they're saying though.
So that doesn't make sense.
Right. So the defense, they have to, because that doesn't make sense to me either. I don't know how they're able to do that. Okay. So then it says, the little sidebar 4, nor can it be argued that the exposure to herpes from sexual intercourse does not create a substantial risk of serious physical. Did I read that part? No. Nor can it be argued that
you had stop up here.
Okay, yeah. So I'm at the nor.
You had stop as
the pattern. I stopped at the pattern. I stopped at the pattern part, right on part.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4. Nor can it be argued that exposure to herpes from sexual intercourse does not create a substantial risk of serious physical injury to another person. New York penal law Code 120.20. As the government will establish through expert testimony at trial, exposure to Penal Code 10.10. Once contracted, herpes is incurable. According to the Centers for Disease Control, the first outbreak of herpes is often associated with a longer duration of herpetic lesions, increased viral shedding, making herpes simplex virus HSV transmission more likely, and systemic symptoms including fever, body ache, swollen lymph nodes, or headache. Recurrent outbreaks of genital herpes are common, and many patients who recognize recurrences have prodromal symptoms, either localized genital pain or tingling or shooting pains in the legs, hips, buttocks, which occur hours to days before the eruption of herpetic lesions. See genital herpes CDC fact sheet available at the website. Herpetic lesions typically appear as one or more vesicles or small blisters on or around the genitals, rectum, or mouth. The average incubation period for an initial herpes infection is 4 days, range 2 to 12 after exposure. The vesicles break and leave painful ulcers that may take 2 to 4 weeks to heal after the initial herpes infection. Sidebar 5. The statute of limitations generally is calculated using the date when an indictment is found under federal ruling criminal whatever 6E and 4. I don't know what that means, but and for statute of limitations purposes, an indictment is found when the grand jury returns it. See United States versus Schruler-Ritz 819. And then it says under the state law, or excuse me, under the law, rather, in a substantive RICO charge under section 1967C, the defendant must have committed at least one predicate act within 5 years of the date of the indictment.
You see that? Now you
Right.
see? Okay.
Right. United States versus Persico 832, to establish a defendant's violation of section 1967C, the government must prove that the defendant committed 2 or more predicate offenses, at least one of which occurred within the federal 5-year statute of limitations for non-capital offenses. Citation omitted. Because this indictment was filed on June 20th, 2019, at least one of the predicate racketeering acts charged against the defendant in the substantive RICO count must have occurred or continued past June 20th, 2014. In this, okay, so I see what they're doing. It's 5 years back from.
But see, that's what they're saying.
Right, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Okay. In
So
this case, right. In this case, racketeering acts 8 through 14 all occurred after that date.
But
and
see, the first one, the Aliyah was before that, so
right,
that has to be thrown out. See, they just proved themselves.
Right, but they're saying AC is in 2015 though.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because remember they talking about count number 1. That's Aliyah.
You're talking about the bribery, right? Yeah. But it says right there they're talking about counts 8 through 14.
Yeah,
but they're talking about the whole RICO.
No, go back to A. The beginning, they talking about the count 1. Remember when you first read it was count 1 they were talking about. So now they talking about this one. See, they can't go and get the other one back then.
They're talking about the whole RICO, but they're just breaking down certain counts though.
Yeah, and they're saying can't use the old one. Watch, you'll see. Okay, you'll see.
No. I'm just telling you what they're saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you what they're saying, and it says right there.
They fortifying what defense said.
Right. I agree. The defense should have a field day with that. Okay, so then it says in this case, racketeering acts 8 through 14 all occurred after that date, and there is thus no statute of limitations issue in this case.
For Part that C. One. But that one, yep. Okay.
Right.
They're
Part
talking
C,
about 8 through 14, but you said number 1. They argued about number 1, but you're saying 8 through 14. So what are you talking about? They said the statute of limitation is expired for 1, but
they're
you
trying
saying
to make it stick. They're trying to make it stick. It's that
they sound
simple. That's why
stupid.
they're doing it. That's why they're
They
doing it.
sound so stupid. They're gonna end up. I know that part is gonna be thrown out.
Part C, racketeering acts 2, 7, and 10 should not be dismissed. The defendant argued that racketeering acts 2, 7, and 10 of count 1, all of which relate to the production of child pornography, should be dismissed because, quote, there is no evidence that visual depictions exist. Defense motion at 12. This is not a proper basis for a motion to dismiss, and the motion should be denied. An indictment returned by a legally constituted and unbiased grand jury, if valid on its face, is enough to call for a trial of the charge on the merits. Costello versus.
But hold on a second. You notice they didn't say the number 1 should be dismissed.
Right.
They said number 1 has not the statute of limitation that they gave for the 2 through 18, whatever, 7 through 18, but they didn't say nothing about 1 being should be denied. Okay, I just wanted to bring that up to your attention. They said 2, 7, 10 should not be dismissed, but they didn't say nothing about 1.
Exactly. While I'm pausing, y'all hit the like button.
Hit the like button. They got over 200 some people in here. Hit the like button.
Okay. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. So it says an indictment returned by a legally constituted and unbiased grand jury, if valid on its face, is enough to call for a trial of the charge on the merits. Costello versus United States 350, US 359. See also United States versus Blitz 533. Unless the government has made what can fairly be described as a full proffer of the evidence it intends to present at trial, the sufficiency of the evidence is not appropriately addressed on a pretrial motion to dismiss an indictment. United States versus Alfonso.
Oh my God. The sufficiency of the evidence is not appropriately addressed during the pretrial. That means that, okay, we don't have enough sufficiency of evidence, but you can't come after us now because it's pretrial.
They're doing too much.
They got jokes. Okay, sorry.
You good. A defendant must wait until after the close of the government's case in chief at trial or after the jury's verdict before contesting the sufficiency of the evidence. See federal ruling 29. See also United States versus Elson 968. It is well established that an indictment that is valid on its face may not be dismissed on the ground that it is based on inadequate or insufficient evidence. A defendant's factual arguments challenging facially valid pleadings do not justify pretrial dismissal of the indictment. The government is entitled to.
Dumb. In other words, let us look stupid during trial instead of before trial.
That makes no sense. They're basically saying, find me guilty and then come back and say that it wasn't proper.
No. They said they don't have enough evidence, substantial evidence, right?
Right.
They say you can't throw it out before we have trial. Go to trial, then you can throw it out. That's what they basically say.
Right. So they said, or hear the jury's verdict. So basically, they want you to be found guilty, then come out and say that wasn't enough evidence, which that's stupid.
But you're not going to be found guilty if you're not going to be found guilty.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Enough evidence.
Right,
that
but
doesn't make sense.
But this is the government speaking, so they want you found guilty. So that's what I'm saying. They want the jury to find you guilty, and then you come out and say, "Oh, there wasn't sufficient evidence," which is crazy.
Says acquittal. Acquittal is not found not guilty. You see right there, acquittal means not found guilty.
Where does it say?
Test a motion for the judgment of acquittal. You see what I'm saying right there?
I don't see that.
Right there, the government is entitled to marshal and present its evidence at trial, and if warranted, have its sufficiency tested by the motion for judgment of acquittal.
Oh, okay. I haven't read that yet. Okay, okay,
See,
okay.
okay, so that's
My
what I'm
fault. My
telling you.
fault. Yeah, I didn't see that part yet. Okay. So it says it's well established that an indictment that is valid on its face may not be dismissed on the ground that it is based on inadequate or insufficient evidence. A defendant's factual arguments challenging facially valid pleadings do not justify pretrial dismissal of the indictment. The government is entitled to marshal and present its evidence at trial, and, if warranted, have its sufficiency tested by a motion for a judgment of acquittal pursuant to Rule 29 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. See United States versus Real 1997, as the government aptly states in its opposition, while defendants' arguments may properly be considered on a motion under Rule 29 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure after the government presents its proof, they do not support dismissal of the indictment as at this stage of the proceedings.
Wow. In other words, you want to have his whole thing go parading in public, and then you end up losing, but you just want to make him look bad.
Right.
Okay.
A motion to dismiss a properly pleaded indictment confuses standards of pleading with standards of proof. See United States versus Perez 575. The defendants, however, had no basis to challenge that the sufficiency of the
Mm,
indictment before
mm,
trial because
mm.
it met the basic pleading requirements and was valid on its face.
Face.
United United
Mm.
States versus Gotti, January 6, 2004. Defendants will have other opportunities to contest the
Mm.
sufficiency of the government's evidence, but a pretrial motion to dismiss part of the indictment is not the time nor the proper occasion.
Mm.
United States versus Cassis, 273. Same and collecting cases. Here, the government has not presented a full proffer of its evidence. Trial
Now,
is scheduled to commence on August 18th, 2021. Accordingly, the defendant's motion to dismiss these racketeering acts should be denied.
but here's the thing: all the defendant has to do is find cases that actually dismiss before the actual trial on that type of cases, of federal cases. That's all they have to do is find a case law on that.
Right. And then I'm gonna just scroll up to the little sidebar thing. It says here the initial indictment was returned on June 20th, 2019, and therefore the statute of limitations stopped running on that date. United States versus Robiloto, 828. Superseding indictment made only minor technical
No,
minor
y'all, it ain't no minor. Y'all did it 3 times. Don't try it.
only minor technical changes to indictment and therefore statute told by original indictment, even though superseding
No,
indictment added
no.
a
I
murder
dis-
predicate act against the defendant.
I disagree because they added Aaliyah in December.
Right.
I disagree. Talking about
E-
minor technical. It wasn't minor. That was a major blow. You put in a new whole indictment.
a whole Jane Doe. Even assuming arguendo that the statute of limitations was only told at the time the grand jury issued the third superseding indictment, which is not the case, there would be no statute of limitations issue here. The grand jury issued the third superseding indictment on March 12th, 2020. See Eastern,
So
docket number 43, racketeering acts 8 through 14, all occurred after March 12th, 2015.
you know what?
Then
They full
part
of
D,
caca.
yeah, they're doing too much. Part D, venue
Man, you're
in
making too much
the
noise. You're making too much
Sylvia, we can
noise,
hear,
ma'am.
yeah, we can hear the background. Part
You can
D,
hear, all
ve-
right? Making all that freaking noise.
yeah, Part D. It goes on to say the venue in the Eastern District of New York is proper. As the defendant concedes his argument that venue in the Eastern District of New York is on the court's granting his motion to dismiss counts 6 through 9 and racketeering acts 12 and 14 of count 1. See the motion at 12 through 13. Because that motion is baseless and should be denied, venue remains proper in this district.
Why is
Moreover,
it proper when everything didn't happen there? That doesn't make sense. Supposedly.
Right. Moreover, the defendant is simply wrong when he asserts that counts 6 through 9 and racketeering acts 12 and 14 of count 1 are the only alleged acts in the third superseding indictment that occurred within the Eastern District of New York. Racketeering Act 9 related to Jane Doe number 5, which the defendant does not challenge in his motion to dismiss, is also alleged to have occurred within the Eastern District of New York, the Northern District of California, and elsewhere. In Part 7, Sidebar 7, rather. In addition, the defendant appears to be under the mistaken impression that witness testimony regarding that certain facts, including the creation of visual depictions, is not evidence. He is wrong. Lastly, conclusion. For the foregoing reasons, the court should deny the defendant's motion to dismiss in its entirety. Respectfully submitted, Jacqueline M. Kasuli, Cap, yep, Assistant U.S. Attorney, Court Clerk, So there you have it, guys.
Thank you, Dom. I appreciate it, dear.
That's pretty crazy. So basically, they're saying he has, in other words, in lighter and in shorter terms, they're saying he has no basis or evidence or legality to dismiss any of these charges.
They said 3 different things. One, we can do this because we put it in time to get the 5 years. 2,
right.
You can't do this right now. You got to wait till we go to trial to do this.
Right. and a conviction, basically.
Not conviction. It didn't say conviction. Acquittal.
Sylvia, they want that man convicted.
Acquittal.
It's the government. They want him.
I don't look. I'm not going there with you with that.
But I feel you.
There's no absolute in the government. There's no absolute. I don't care what nobody says. The only thing absolute is that you're gonna die.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. Taxes too. But yeah, it's just crazy.
They even said that the evidence, they don't have enough evidence on substantial evidence.
So I got that from it. I got that also with the herpes, that's very important. They're basically saying that is a venereal disease, and he willingly, he knew he had herpes, allegedly, and he did not disclose that to the Jane Doe.
But she don't know. You don't know if she got it, and she didn't disclose it to him. And then the other thing, reckless, sexual reckless. She was reckless too because she's having sex with somebody she don't know. Both of them being reckless, if you want to put it that way.
Right.
That's reckless. How you gonna go have sex with somebody you don't even know?
Man, them women want to have sex with R. Kelly. That's R.
But
Kelly.
I'm just saying, you want to have sex with somebody you don't even know, a superstar? You don't know him.
Hey.
So you're doing reckless things too. You're both reckless.
Right.
All right, y'all ready to hear my interview? Yeah. Dom, you ready to hear the interview?
Yeah. Who was the interview with?
NPR News.
Who's that?
That's a national. Go Google it. Go Google NPR.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. No worries.
Google NPR.
Okay.
NPR News.
Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. No doubt.
They're national. It's United States Worldwide News Headline, NPR.
Okay. Now, did you interview a reporter or what?
No, they interviewed me.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Regarding the case.
It's gonna be on right before trial start. They're gonna air it.
Oh, dope. Okay. Regarding R. Kelly
It's a
case.
national public radio. Thank you, Empress.
Wow.
It's national.
That's
It's big time.
that's dope. Yeah, well, I definitely want to hear that.
All right, y'all want to hear me, y'all? Y'all want to hear me represent y'all? You ready, Dom?
Yep. Let's hear it. Let's see what you got. Let's see
We're
what you
gonna see
got,
what I
Sylvia. Hey, you better not have failed us. Damn it. Nah, I'm playing.
got. Yeah, I got ready to tear the man up. You know how I can get y'all.
Let's see how you represent it. I know you held it down.
All right, y'all ready? Tell me if y'all can hear it. Good morning. Good. I did not know you were gonna look at me. I gotta take this camera off. Can y'all hear? I look a hot mess. Hold on. Okay. Hi, Andrew. I look a hot mess, and you have me on camera. I'm in Georgia. Where are you? Can y'all hear him? It's very hot. Okay. Andrew, I have to I downloaded the app, right? And it didn't look exactly the way you said it would, so help me out. No, it didn't show. I have it on the iPhone. Do you want me to put it on Android? So y'all can't hear him? Yeah, I have the recording. You'll hear him in a minute. In the password.
And so at the top, I think the top right, it should be a drop down.
The three dots on the side.
I think it looks more like a square, but I don't know. Sorry, I haven't.
And does it say? I can put it on my Android if you want me to. It says.
It'll actually sound better on an iPhone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it should say like record or report.
Okay, I have. It says report live, record a report, manage a report, and cancel.
So yeah, record a report.
Okay, so record a report. All right.
Right. So now there should be like one bar with a little slider thing, right?
Yeah.
If you could just make sure that the frame goes up and down as you make it.
Okay. I see it going up and down. Yes. Like every time I talk, it goes up and down.
Yeah, exactly. So it's essentially just working as a microphone.
Okay.
And then so you're gonna want to drag the little slider. About like
A third of the way.
So
Okay.
like something like that. I know yours is a little different, but
Okay. Yours is pretty large. Do you want me to go like half middle or because I?
yeah, I don't mind. Just like a third of it, like.
Okay, I got it on there. It looks just like yours. Okay.
Okay, cool. And then so because it works best, we hold it
To my mouth. Okay, I got it to my mouth.
and then just hit record.
Okay. All right. You got me nervous over here, but I'm ready.
So before you have you hit record yet?
No, I haven't hit record yet.
Do you have any I can give you the quick spiel of what I want.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, and it's like I can answer your question. So I'm interested in looking at a piece from the R. Kelly trial, and it starts on Wednesday, I believe. And I'm interested in working on a piece about his supporters, because it seems to me, at least from like my point of view, tell me once we record, tell me if I'm wrong or not, that like support for him has sort of like shifted a bit, especially ever since that documentary aired. And I'm wondering if somebody who helped, so organize that rally last week, what supporting him has felt like these past like 2 years since the documentary, and sort of like what you want coming out of this.
Okay, so yeah, so it's not, you don't want anything having to do with the case and things like that. You just more want our personal views of everything.
But I mean, we can get into it, because I feel like part of it is asking like the obvious questions like what do you think other people are sort of like missing. And I imagine your answer to that will have to do like sort of intricacies of the case case.
Yeah, well, the research we have done and things like that, we have,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also, this is going to be like a piece, so we'll talk. This isn't like live or anything. We'll talk.
You're not gonna change my wording, are you? Because news people are known for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Like, so what I usually do is we're actually not allowed to like move words around. We'll sometimes say
Okay.
But we usually try to keep everything like full sentences.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, do you have any other questions?
Well, when is this going to be aired?
I'm shooting for like Tuesday, like before. I'm hoping to get this on before the trial starts.
Mm-hmm. So where would if someone was to see it or hear it on the radio, where would it be? What station? And
you're in, so it's going to be national. But if you're in Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
What part of Georgia are you in?
I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, so yeah, so that would be WABE.
WABE. And then what about if you're in New York? Because I have people who are in New York and people who are in Maryland and people in Tennessee. So I want to know what station they would be looking for it on.
So yeah, in Atlanta it's WABE. In New York City, you mean?
New York City,
New York City, it would be WNYC.
And what about Maryland area?
Like what part?
Like DC area.
Hey, Sylvia, can you turn him up a little bit?
I can't turn him up. This is it.
Okay, you good.
Okay, WYP. What about like Tennessee?
Like Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville. I mean, Memphis.
That would be WKNO.
WKNO. Okay. And how long is this interview going to be? Because remember, I have to start work soon.
Yeah. We'll time you guys here.
And remember, I have to be. I got to be done by 9:30.
All right, we'll try to get you out here by 9:20.
Okay.
9:20 or so.
Okay. I guess I'm ready.
I hate rushing to this.
That's why I was trying to get on earlier, and then I emailed you, and the email bounced back to me. I was like, "Oh, what?" Yeah, it bounced back to me like your email doesn't work. So I tried emailing you earlier.
Oh, weird. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Anyway, we're here now. Let's just get on with it.
All right.
So if you can hit record, and just let me know when you're recording.
I'm ready.
All right, cool. So can I just have you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sylvia Tumasimi. That's spelled Tumusime.
And you are?
I am a supporter of Robert Sylvester Kelly. I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Infamous Sylvia. And we talk about the issues that's going on the case with Robert Sylvester Kelly. As a great amount of supporters. I have over 7,000 followers on that channel.
Great. And you help organize that rally last week, right?
And there's been several rallies that I helped. I attended, and there was another one in New York where myself and another individual named Gucci, we did the actual rally. We organized it.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about like why you felt the need to get out there like in public? You know what I mean? Because like a lot of times people can just be keyboard warriors and stuff like that. You know. So like, why did you feel like your physical presence was needed?
Because I felt that the major media, the main media, was only telling one side of the story, and from our research on our side, there's his side, and his side is not being told at all. So we wanted to get out there and let the world know that he is innocent until proven guilty. That is law, and he's being perceived as guilty in public opinion, and that's not the case.
Yeah. I mean, I think, especially people who have watched the documentary would just be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're so supportive of him. You're right, he did all these things, Like, what do you think that they're not seeing that you are? Or like, what do you think they're missing?
First of all, he was found innocent in 2008's case, period. for them to say it did all this, it's allegation. Allegation is not considered a conviction at all. So for them to even say, oh, he did all this, has it been proven that he did it? Or is just accusations?
Yeah, I think the argument would be that like there's so many allegations, right? Like are there some that you think are just like kind of bunk, or some that you think like have like holes in them?
There's a lot that has holes in them. If you know, well, it was said at the during the recording, I mean, the viewing and the showing of the surviving R. Kelly, that the producers found some of the individuals, accusers, were lying. And they say it would cost them too much money for them to stop production, so they went on with the lies. Even in an interview with Dr. Phil saw holes in their story, and he refused to air it because he said that they were lying.
Have you, in your personal life, taken heat for supporting him?
Absolutely. I've taken heat from all sides. There have been individuals who is on the other side who contact my job because they found out I work for the government, and they wanted my job to fire me. And because I'm supporting someone that they call a certain word, which I will not repeat, which is unfair to me. I have a right as a United States citizen to be on whose side that I want to be. It's my right.
Yeah, it's not like that's crazy. It's not like it's like your job.
Yeah, my job has nothing to do with it, but they felt the need that, oh, you supporting this person and you taking care of kids and all that. Because my profession, I am a provider for kids with disability. And so that's my my personal side business. And they were like, oh, how could you support this? And how could you? I guarantee you, as a foster parent, you probably don't believe your child. They ever come to you, say this and all that. But that's not the case here.
It's like when people start calling other people's jobs, it's like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So I imagine, how old are you?
I'm 54 years old.
Cool. So have you been like a lifelong R. Kelly fan?
I have been, well, I did not start out as an R. Kelly fan. The only song I really know from R. Kelly is I Believe I Could Fly, right? But when I started seeing the stuff and hearing the things in the case and started investigating and researching myself, I was like, wow, this man is being railroaded, and he's not given a fair chance. And when he tried to explain himself, everybody think he's an angry black man, and that's not right.
Well, that's not, so you weren't even like a huge, because a lot of times it starts with like somebody's an R. Kelly fan and then they're faced with all these allegations. And like, no, I'm like a big R. Kelly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you weren't even that big of a fan.
No, I mean, I like gospel music and things like that. And a couple of songs I've recently learned that he's the one who wrote the song. I was like, wow, he is awesome. I like I said, the only song I really knew about was I Believe I Could Fly. That's the only song I know. But as a person, I've heard stories and things like that, but I don't pay attention to that. You know what I mean? So when I got involved in supporting him and researching and finding all this out, and I was like, wow, this man is being railroaded. He wants his master's. Now he's not. All this allegation all of a sudden comes up. Out of all these years, why didn't they try to get him then? That's my question.
So just to clear up the timeline, was this like during like that initial 08 trial that you first started like getting invested and interested in research?
No, just recently, and since the Surviving R. Kelly, which I did not watch the whole documentary. I only watched the first part because I felt it was nonsense, and some of the so-called accusers looked like they were actresses, fake crying and things like that. And then when I started researching individuals after I saw their name, and I was like, whoa, this person was there at that time. And this doesn't seem correct here. This doesn't fit the story. This is not, nope.
Yeah, so about that, so when I remember when that documentary first came out, there were like a lot of supporters of R. Kelly, defending him online, and just like, listen, here's the stuff, here's the facts, and like spread, sharing memes and all that stuff. And you saw that sort of like come up again, like in 2019, right, when the federal indictments first came in. And so I was curious about like looking at what that looks like now as the trial is supposed to start. I expected to find so much more R. Kelly support online, but I gotta be honest, like I didn't see as much as I expected.
Well, have you been looking at YouTube? Because it seems like when we speak, people, the major media has the big platform, and there are several small R. Kelly supporting YouTube channels. There's people on Twitter that's pushing out their information, but it seems that our stuff gets pushed down, and Google and whoever controls those type of media, social media, they do not allow our things to be shown. But every time they go to court, anything negative that the news people put out, you hear it all over the place. But I went to every single court hearing, and what the news media put out is not actually everything that was said at the court. They only put the negative things out. They don't put the positive things of the things that the judge say this is given and that's given. No, they only put out what is negative, and that's unfair. And I don't believe he's going to get a fair trial because so much negativity is being spewed out there and nothing positive is being given because the mainstream media is the one who's controlling it.
So what sort of positive things?
Okay, like for example, when the judge I just gave it his lawyers to get information, and when he put out for the his attorneys to be fired, they said the attorneys quit. I mean, everything is like the story changed around when the media put it in. It's not exactly the way it is.
Yeah. Well, I was just curious. I mean, like, I think, have you found like more like, you know, you said that like there's been like small pockets, right? Like that sort of like algorithm or whatever that pushes like R. Kelly support down.
Mm-hmm.
And so have you found sort of like your team, like has there been like growing support? Like have you like seen your like YouTube numbers say like rise?
Yep, my new YouTube number has rise. When I first started out on YouTube, I had like about 3,000. I have over 7,000 subscribers now. And whenever I'm doing anything on R. Kelly's case, there's a lot of people who views it. When I do something that's like, you know, cooking something, and I don't get too much views. So it shows that the need and the desire of wanting to hear more about R. Kelly is more with the views that I have. The views that I have is more for that. And then the other thing I want to mention too, like in the news, the 3,500 material, right? When I went to court in Chicago, the prosecutors did not even provide all that information to them. And but the news did not report that they did not have all the information. You know, I just believe everything is just one-sided.
I know. What are you hoping is the result of the case? I know that you said that you said you don't think it's going to get a fair trial. There's a couple different like, legal pockets I've been looking at. I think like the RICO aspect of it.
Yeah, let's talk about the RICO now.
Yeah.
Tell me. Me being from New York, I'm originally from New York, and when John Gotti had his case, there wasn't just one person that was charged with the RICO. It was a lot of them that was charged with the RICO charge. But with this case, only Robert Sylvester Kelly is charged. Everybody else is getting immunity. And then you have someone like Demetrius Smith, who's a known liar, who's a convict, who's a convict, And he gets immunity. And he's the one who was doing half of the crap that was going on in stealing the money from Robert Sylvester Kelly and all this kind of stuff. So why is it he gets immunity? And then you have the lady, Lisa Van Allen. She was found not credible in the last case. Why is she getting immunity? It's like, it's crazy. And then you have that reporter, Jim Derogatis. He has this big vendetta against Robert Sylvester Kelly. And every time turn around, it's him. He's friends with one of the accusers, and he wrote something in her book. I mean, it's all, everybody has books, everybody has a story, and he's not being able to tell his story.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say the RICO stuff sort of reminds me of, I was working on this piece. So California has these like gang enhancement laws, right? So that if you're deemed to be part of like a gang, you get like hit with like even more time. And so I was like looking at the story of this rapper who, but you know, like it's fuzzy on what like a gang means, right? What like an enterprise means, right? So this rapper was like, you know, just rapping like about his like crew or whatever, and somebody like in this part of the crew committed a crime, and then now all of a sudden like the rapper who had nothing to do with that is all of a sudden like the gang leader. Right? And it's just this weird sticky thing about like, well, how do you prove like an enterprise? I don't know. It's weird.
Well, they're claiming that his driver is a manager and this and that, but I don't see any of them being part of the case. I don't see any of them being arrested. So how is it that he's the only one that's being given the indictment and charges and things like that when supposedly all these people took part of it?
Because has none of the evidence presented been like, if not convincing, been like at least like, oh, that doesn't look good for Robert. You know what I mean? Like,
as far as what?
As far as like any of the allegations of like the abuse and like the sex trafficking and all that, and like the relationship with like underage minors, whatever. Like, has any of that, has none of the evidence been presented?
Okay,
ever, like,
but here's my problem with all of this, okay? They're saying that supposedly he's been with underage, whatever, minor or whatever, but it is a known fact that not two, but 3 or 4 of them have given fake ID. One went to the courthouse where the case was a child pornography case, and she was able to go into the courtroom with a fake ID. If the courtroom guards and people like that were not able to decipher that was a fake ID, how in the world are you going to say that Robert Sylvester Kelly is able to decipher that? Now, every single one of them mentioned that he asked for ID. Now, if it's not for protection of himself, then what is it? If he's asking you for IDs, make sure that you're legal and you provide fake ID. How is he supposed to know? You tell me.
Yeah, it's like going to a bar with a fake ID, and then like charging the bar, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But I mean, if somebody who's in authority, who's supposed to know how to decipher fake ID, allowed her to get inside the courtroom with that ID, and then you have someone who's a layman, like, you know, a regular person like Mr. Kelly, they can't decipher it. How is he supposed to decipher that that's a fake ID? And then her story is right before they had sex, she showed the ID. Okay, yeah, right. I have some swampland I want to sell you in Florida. Okay?
Who are you talking about specifically?
I'm talking about Geronda Pace. That's the one I'm talking about. And it was on Surviving R. Kelly. This is what she said. And she's written 2 books. Everybody has some sort of book deal. Everybody. Off of this man's back. I have a problem with that. And then that one police report. Okay, and then they say, okay, they had Stockholm syndrome and they couldn't do this. This is how somebody reacts when they are dealing with that. Everybody deals differently with being traumatized and all that. Okay, we understand that. We'll give them that. But what about those supposedly parents? They were traumatized too? They couldn't call the police and do a police report for their child. Now, Epstein's story, the mother went to the police station and did a report. Why none of the parents on this one called the police? Tell me.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I imagine that there's some sort of like willful ignorance there. I think that it's a sort of like I don't want to know.
Okay, now here's the other thing too. There is an attorney, Gerald Grigg, who is supposedly the attorney for majority of the accusers, right? He went on a church platform, and there's a couple of YouTubers. You guys need to go into the YouTube's world, and there's a couple of people who has those clipping, and I'm going to give you the names of the YouTubers you need to look at. But he goes on the platform and said that they had to change the narrative. Everyone was of age, so they had to come and create some sort of a story type of thing for them to even come after Mr. Sylvester Kelly. So tell me, if it's not a plot, then what is it? I believe that they're using the same tactic that they did before with an individual. They feel that they feel that individual is guilty, and they're gonna find a way, some way to try to get justice in some way, even if they have to break the law to do so. So break the law to get some evidence on the person. Lie and tell them you're a certain age so you can get in and be that mold inside. This is what I believe, and I'm not wrong in that at all, because their lies, I mean, it's proven that they gave these fake IDs. Even the story that you get a tape from Michael Avenatti, a convicted felon now. How? And he says 90% of the stuff he says is bull. But he's the one who provided the tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a great guy.
I'm very passionate about this because I've done the research. I've seen things. I've seen managers opening up account that this man knows nothing about. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And when someone does not do the research and just go by what the main media says, I have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. Do the research. That's all I say. Do the research.
Yeah. Do you it's
okay, now I got a question to ask you.
Yeah.
Now they talk about he married someone, Aaliyah, at 15 and things like that. Didn't Elvis marry Priscilla at what age? Wasn't she 14?
16. Yeah.
14.
She was underage.
Yeah, she was on. So why isn't that there's not uproar about that?
Yeah, I mean, they do talk about that in the documentary.
Yeah, but did they do a documentary on Elvis?
Yeah.
I'm just asking that question here.
Yeah.
I believe it's a public mob lynching on this man. That's it. And they're not giving him a chance. They're tainting the public's mind, and they have put out a documentary which they never vetted the individual, never find out if these people are lying or not. They're just giving stories. How is it that a prosecutor could do a call to bring in a victim and before a person is even in charge? That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Do you not give any credence to the fact that like these women, you know, he's had his supporters all these years, and I think one of the common things that people say is that none of these women were listened to because they're Black women.
None of them were listened to because they're Black women. That's a cop-out. That's not true. That is not true.
Do you think so? I asked you this before about like if you've taken any heat for your support. Do you think there are people who agree with you but just like aren't as vocal about it?
Okay, I had an individual in my chat yesterday. a very profound young man. I wish you could talk to him. I really would like you to talk to him because he is extremely intelligent, and he can give you some insight of how he sees everything. And I'm going to give you his name afterwards, but he's a teacher, he's an educator, and he said that he can only talk about his support for Robert Sylvester Kelly with his supporters like us or his mother. At work, he can't do that because he's a teacher. So if he tells his faculties that, oh, I'm supporting Robert Sylvester Kelly, he could lose his job. That type of things. You got to be quiet in your support, because if you say something, everybody look at you like, oh my God, how could you?
I wonder when, I guess I'd like to ask him like when, like that happened, because I feel like if you were a local art, like, you have famous people working with R. Kelly as recently as 2012, 2013, right? And I'm wondering when that sort of like turn happened. Because I think to this day you still go to weddings and you hear like the ignition remix, whatever, and nobody bats an eye. So I'm curious when you know what I'm trying to say. Like I'm kind of curious about when that switch happened, where people all of a sudden felt like defensive about talking to it, or protective rather.
You know what it is? That Me Too movement, and how they said mute R. Kelly. His rights were being violated. He can't even make a living because you're muting him. And that's the way he makes his money. The amendment tells us you can't do that. You can't stop a person from making a living. I believe that
Sorry.
No. They mute him. You go to the restaurant in the beginning when Surviving R. Kelly first came about. Every time someone played it, they would like tell them to turn it off. And I went to a club one time. They said, "Oh, turn that music off." I'm like, "Wait a minute! I want to listen to it. I have a right to listen to this music. If you don't want to listen to it, this is a public area. You go home. Why do I have to go home and listen to that music? And you could listen to it whatever you want to listen to. That's not right." What makes your rights override my rights?
Yeah, or even just like your tastes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that covers all of my questions. Is there anything super important or interesting that we haven't hit on yet? I know you got to get out of here, so I want to make sure you have enough time.
Well, I believe that it's to me, it's like a takedown of all these different men of power, right? Men that has influence on community, and like even with Bill Cosby, okay, they still have this stigma against him. Michael Jackson's dead and gone, and they still have that. He was found innocent. But it seems like as soon they want to taint every single Black powerful male for some strange reason. And when a white man, and I'm making it black and white here, when a white male do something, and I brought it back to Elvis and all those other individuals who has done something, their name has never been tainted. Their legacy has never been tainted. Why are they doing that to these powerful Black men?
The idea that Mick Jagger has never had sex with a 16-year-old is, you know what I mean? It's like, are you kidding me?
But have you heard him being tainted? Mick Jagger's still living on and having his good time. But they don't do that. Let it be a Black man say, okay, let me get my master's, or let me buy NBC News, let me do this. Then that's when all hell breaks loose, because they do not want them in a powerful position.
When you say that they don't want
mainstream media, the power, the ones who have the power, the one who control the entertainment industry. That's who they I'm talking about. The powerful individual who controls all the finance. They don't want the Bill Cosby, the R. Kellys to get as powerful financially as them.
I All right, well, I want to get you out of here really quick, but so we just sort of take demographic data of everybody we talk to. This is just for our personal books. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of quick questions. Feel free to pass on any ones you don't feel like answering.
Okay.
Where are we speaking to you from? You said you're in Atlanta, right?
I'm in Georgia, yes.
And then is that where you want to live?
I live in Georgia now, but I'm from New York originally.
What part do you live?
Brooklyn.
Oh, I was born and raised in like South Brooklyn, so like where like Flatbush.
Oh, Flatbush, okay. See, I was raised in Queens, and then later on I moved to Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. And then so how do you identify by gender?
Female.
How do you identify by race or ethnicity?
Well, I am African American, but I have Hispanic background.
And then how old are you? So you're 55?
54. Hey, watch it with that 55.
Okay, cool. You can stop recording. And then so I can talk you through on sending the audio.
Mm-hmm.
So once you stop recording, you can go back to that drop down menu.
Okay.
And then go to manage reports.
Okay.
You see something that says all reports.
Mm-hmm.
And then after all reports, you should see.
It says report number 2. It says name.
Yeah, and then at the bottom of the screen, you should see share report.
To click that report and then share report?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you clicked on the report too because you did a test or something?
Yeah, I did a test.
Okay, cool. All right, so, and then after you hit share report, you should be able to change the file name. If you could put your name on there.
Oh, I gotta go back. Hold on. It says share report, didn't say change file name.
Just go to share report.
Okay.
And then
it says record at NPR.org.
Oh, and yeah, you just have to put in the password again. So the password.
Okay. It says authenticating. Okay. It says. Okay, now it gives me change the file name, put my name.
Yeah, you can put your name on it.
Do I just put my full name, first name, last name?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
And then hit upload.
Hit done, and then upload. Okay, can I give you that guy's name that I was talking about? And I give you his phone number and everything. Okay, that's the end of that. I had to take it off so I don't give his phone number because I gave a guy his phone number. I gave him 7's number, and hopefully he reached out to 7 because he was only looking for 2 people to speak to. But that was it, guys. What do you think? What do you think? I got a little bit testy at one point. I was about to go after ham on that dude. Let me stop. I'm just joking. Just joking. Come out the bushes on this one. Yes, Sylvia, great job. Oh, thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. Oh, Shaquita came out the bushes. Yeah, thank you, guys. So it's a couple of more I'm supposed to be doing. And when I do them, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys listen to it. I'll try recording it, okay? So like I told you, I'm very, very passionate about my stance and belief of his innocence. I'm breaking up. I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up, everybody? Am I breaking up? Because Dom said I'm breaking up. Is it Dom's trashy phone? Thank you, Rita. But that's why, guys, I want to keep this channel clean because I do have them watching and they're looking. And I did give quite a few of the other YouTubers' channels. So that's why I think we need to clean up our act, guys. I gave quite a few YouTubers information. I emailed it to him. Oh, thank you, Miss Texas Bama. Thank you everybody who just shared, who donated. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. So that's why I want us to start, focusing on it, because the trial starts Wednesday. And they're going to be looking for, because let me tell you something, when God turns this whole thing around, they're going to be looking for us, the supporters who stood by him from the beginning. So I think we need to really clean up our act on these channels. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I promise you, I'm not trying to tell people what to do. But I think we need to represent him in a good way. Because the world needs to know that he still has supporters. If you heard that reporter, he says that in the beginning he saw Robert had for support. You should see memes and all this kind of stuff. Now all of a sudden it seems like the support has died down, but it hasn't died down. And I try to explain to him that our stuff is not being shown because they're pushing it. And if we're not out there doing the likes, like I told you guys, hit the like buttons, push it out there, and let our stuff come out. Because if we don't, it's going to be like that. They're going to think that he doesn't have supporters. And what they're going to do, they're going to follow what is the biggest crowd. They're going to go by what the crowd has. See what I'm saying? So, and I think they the first one who's stepping out. And I guarantee once they step out, NPR step out, all the other stations are going to start contacting us. They're going to start knocking on our doors. So we just got to stay ready, guys. We got to stay ready. And all this extra nonsense that we do, we got to stop it. We really do, And the guy that interviewed me was not a brother. He was not a brother at all. I'm talking about a person of, he was in fact Asian. So God has given us all opportunities to show that we're standing for Robert. I'm going to play that song right now, just in case, so they watching. I'm going to play Peter's song. Yep, I'm going to play Peter's song, y'all, because it's going to show that Africa is standing up for R. Kelly. Miss AP, I need you to behave on this one, okay? Miss Fat, I know you in the bushes. You need to behave on this one, okay? Behave, y'all. Not like yesterday. I think Pastor Peter was watching the live yesterday. I just want to tell y'all that, because he sent me a message. So, he saw you, Miss Fat. Like I told you, she was in the bushes. Miss AP and Miss Fat. You guys, he was watching y'all. Hold on, let me just do this. I gotta behave. Okay, I gotta behave. All right, let me play this. Here we go, y'all. There are people who are standing in the gap for Robert. Hold on a second. We're going to share this. All right, here we go.
This is for Robert, Sylvester Galley. I can see you walking out through that open door. This is for Robert, Sylvester Galley. Make your way and get out to the place where you belong. Just like you, the tunnel empty for the wicked people. Do 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 do. Macaulay, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. We are free Macaulay. Sylvester Kelly. God has heard the cry and has come to change it all. It's nothing easy from your beginning. From your foundation, God is gonna walk it all right. Hey, the liars will lie to Kelly. To the betrayers, they're door to the door, the door. America, no way, free Macaulay, son of the Most High, standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Free Kelly. Son of the Most High. America, set free, set free. America, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Son of the Most High. Why idea? Set it free, all. He's my brother. He's a good man. We all love him in Africa. He's touched millions of lives. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Congratulations. You're out. You're out. Thank you, Jesus. I can see you walking out through that open door. This is forever, selectively. Make your way and get out to the place where you belong. It's like you, the tall and sea. For the weekend people, do 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 do. America, free my colleague, son of the Most High, standing up for our colleague, Africans stand up for colleague, Jerusalem stand up for colleague, free my colleague. Standing up for our birthday. Africans stand up for Kelly. Everybody, Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. So that's the Kelly. Gotta tell the cry has come to change it all. It's not been easy from your beginning. From your foundation, God is gonna walk it alright. And the liars will love you, Kelly. To the betrayers, they're do 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 America, no way, free my colleague, son of the Most High, standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free my colleague. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Oh. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Son of the Most High. Do do eh. Do do eh. Do eh. America. Do eh. Do America, we are calling, Son of the Most High. love forever, Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Stand up forever, Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Stand up forever, Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Son of the Most High. Why are you here? Set him free, oh. He's my brother. He's a good man. We all love him in Africa. He's touched millions of lives. Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Congratulations, you're out.
You're out. You're out.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus.
All righty, y'all. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am about to hit the bed because I got to go to work in the morning. It's been real. Thank you guys for, don't forget, guys, please start liking these channels so we can prove these people wrong, guys. Please start. Can you please ask the chat to support my channel? Absolutely. Put your link in there. Put your link in there. Support meditation and relaxation. We need that. Trust me. That's you digging me, y'all. Go support her channel. Please. Please support her channel. Go put your link in, please. Go support her channel. Thank you, Lady T. Thank you all who donated to the channel. I'm gonna go back up and see who donated. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bama. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Lady T. Thank you, Bama. I'm trying to see all the other name. Oh, and there was another name. Oh, come on now. Where did I? Because who was the other person? I can't see it from there. Hold on. Let me go to my phone and see all the donations. I gotta say thank you. I was playing that thing. I didn't get a chance to thank you guys for. Hold on a second. I want to thank everybody. Hold on. I don't want to be inconsiderate and not thank you guys for your blessings. Hold on a second. Thank you guys. Hold on. Because I got to say thank you. Let me just see. Hold on a second. I'll just go in here. Guys, don't forget to go like some of these people's channel, everybody's channel, everybody that's supporting Robert, that's giving commentary. Please like their channel so the agro, whatever word that is. Please go like their channel. Please go like their channel. Tracy Viewpoint, A View from Tracy Point, Spit and Fire, Sky Zone, Prima Donna, Texas Black Diamond, Hollywood Next, DJ Tyson, Black CEO. Am I forgetting anybody else? Please subscribe to Cha-Cha and subscribe to You Digging Me. Oh, that's not You Digging Me. Oh, meditation. Oh, that's Cha-Cha. Oh, sorry. That's Cha-Cha. Meditation, relaxation, nature sound. That's Cha-Cha. Sorry, y'all. I thought it was You Digging Me. Please subscribe. Put your link in there so they can subscribe. Oh gosh, where's the other people? I can't see y'all. Can't see your Thank you, Bama. Thank you, Lady T. Where's the other person? Come on now. Y'all, where's the other person? There was another person. Zaza. What was Daz? What was the other person that gave me super chat? Oh my God, I suck. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be inconsiderate and not please forgive me. Please, y'all, subscribe to those channels that they're putting the links in. Hey, Devin. Thank you, Devin. I got a couple of more interviews coming up. As soon as they come up, I will let you guys know. I will let you guys know the next interview. We're getting mainstream media, y'all. I think Fox is coming in. I don't know who's in it. I'm not going to lie and say who's coming next. When they come, I'll let you guys know. When they come, I'll let you guys know. But somebody had to break the mold, and NPR radio did. And the great thing about them, they're national. They're not just in one spot. They're all over. Thank you for the Cash App. Who's the anonymous person that did this Cash App? Thank you, anonymous person. I think I know who you are. Thank you for the Cash App. All right, guys. I don't want to stay on here because if we stay on here, we're gonna start acting up, and I don't want to act up. I want to be good. It's hard to stay good, so I gotta preach what I practice what I preach. So I'm gonna get off because we stay on, we start acting crazy, and we start acting up. Miss Fat gonna start acting up. AP gonna start acting up, and I need to get off because I don't want us to get in trouble. Okay. All right, guys. Go ahead and click the like. Miss AP, behave tonight. Yeah, I know you're laughing. Behave tonight. Just behave. We're gonna just waiting a few minutes for you guys to hit the like button on and subscribe to those channels as they're putting in the channel. Guys, there's 136 of you guys in here. Can you please LOL, did you really say that? Wow, I'm out. Did who say that? What are you talking about, Lavelle? Wear your mask. You know it, Sylvia. Thanks to all the bloggers, subscribers, and supporters that put in the work for R. Kelly. My channel will launch after my babe kills free. Lavelle, now you said that you're looking for me. All right, guys. I'm going to go. Did you guys already subscribe to those channels? Did you guys go out to those other people's channel like all the ones, everybody, not just one person, not everybody. Let's start liking these channels so those things can go out, so those reporters stop talking crap about us, saying that he doesn't have supporters. Show them that he has supporters. I done that 10 likes. Great, Ira. Great, guys. Let's keep up the work. Let's get this stuff out. Let people see it, because I've seen some people just pushing this stuff on Twitter. And I've seen 7 out there working it too. All right, guys. I'm gonna go take my shower. I'm gonna go, man. I'm ready for your chat, Miss Fat. That's what Miss Fat said. Could somebody else go on live, go in their chat? Cause not on. I wanna have some fun. Miranda, you going back live? Let's see if Miranda going back live. Miranda need to go back live because I'm on this channel here is on restriction and I can't, you start acting up on here. But let's go. Let's go find Miranda. You going live? I need somebody's chat to go on. Hold on, let me see if she's going live. You going live? Oh no, just because I can't do nothing on my channel. Ira, what's the link? Which the link? I don't see the link. Somebody get the link for Ira. I don't see the link, Ira. I don't think you can put a link in because you're not a mod. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can make you a mod so you can put the link in. I don't see your link, Ira. Somebody please put Ira's link out because I don't see it. Ira, I don't see the link. Is it your link, Ira, you want us to put? Hey. Hey. Ira, we're looking for your link. I don't see your link. Yeah, my arm's hurting so bad. I'm going to go to bed. My arm's hurting. You're welcome, Michael. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. the scheduling. Now the defendant has to, the attorneys for the defendant has to respond by Monday, and then the judge is going to make her decision. Okay, guys? Okay, Ira, just subscribe. I just subscribed to you, Ira. Just subscribe. Guys, go subscribe to Ira, please. I'm going to bed. I'm not love your lives. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to go take a shower and I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If anything comes up new, I'll be here to say something to you guys, okay? Good night. Love you guys. Bye.